Hi guys, I'm Daphne Quay, your Boss Lady Realtor here in Central Texas. And today I have compiled a very thorough video for you of the top places you need to visit if you're visiting Austin for the very first time. I've got a ton of places on here. I'm gonna try to go through them pretty quickly, so follow along. I've got some places that are super mind-blowing, so let's get going. We'll check these places out. Before I get started, please make sure to click that subscribe button and hit the notification button so you get notified every time I do videos like this one. Also, if you could like my video, that would be super cool. So like I mentioned, today we're going to talk about the top places to visit if you're visiting Austin for the first time. As a tourist, let me clarify, visiting Austin as a tourist. I have clients that relocate to the Austin area and they'll come as tourists first and then they come with the intention to move here. And I feel like each trip is very different. So if you're coming as a tourist, this is the video for you. If you're thinking of relocating here and want to spend some time here, I've got another video coming up. I will put the link around here somewhere for you. So let's go. Let's talk about these spots. One of the things that I feel a lot of times people ask about when they come to Austin for the first time is where to stay. I really think that if you want to have the full tourist experience, it's pretty important to stay in really central, really popular, trendy areas so you really get to see what like the heartbeat of Austin is like. So the first spot I would recommend staying, if your budget allows, is Hotel San Jose, which is located right on South Congress, literally in the middle of everything. It's got this really cute kind of historical vibe to it. It's not a normal hotel in the sense like where it's like a square with a bunch of little rooms. This has more of a villagey feel and kind of like an old fashioned setup to it. It's got a really cool style. It's kind of like this like mission, like Spanish mission kind of fort-ish vibe to it. And it's so trendy and adorable. Another spot that I recommend staying, if you like more of a traditional hotel feel, is the JW Hotel, also on South Congress. It's a little bit further north in downtown. The reason I like it so much is because it's beautiful, number one, and it's super close to literally everything. You can be right in the middle of downtown, and it's walking distance to coffee shops. They've got their own restaurant, and then there's a bunch of other restaurants around. There's also a couple really sweet murals there. Like I said, it's just really walkable and I think kind of like a beautiful introduction to Austin. The last recommendation as far as where to stay in Austin if you're coming as a tourist is the Archer Hotel in North Austin in the Domain. The reason I really like the Archer Hotel is because it's literally in the middle of the Domain, which is like an outdoor shopping village community. I could call it a mall, but like that really doesn't do it justice. The Archer Hotel is a more traditional hotel type setup while still having lots of character and having, I would say like a luxury feel. It's really, really cool because you are right there in the middle of the Domain. It's across from a Starbucks, like next door to the Apple store. There's a juice land there and a bunch of local restaurants, all located right there. Also, the Domain proper is right off of Highway 183, which is one of our main highways. So access to everything is super quick. Now I recommend the Archer if you like more of a like package, like big box type of feel. I personally think it's great, but I know sometimes people come to Austin and they want kind of more of like an earthy, like organic Austin experience. So those are three places that are, I think, different and really wonderful for well, different reasons. Okay, so now let's talk about things to do and things to see if you're coming to Austin as a tourist. The first place, of course, I would recommend is Barton Springs Pool. Barton Springs Pool is fed by a natural springs. It's a pool. It's like a public pool where you can go and hang out all day long. I think passes are like $5 for the day or something like that. And what's really cool about Barton Springs Pool is that the water's consistently cold. It's always somewhere between like 68 and 70 degrees. So even if it's like 110 degrees outside in August, which it oftentimes gets to, the water's still really chilly and it's super refreshing and it's really relaxing there. Everybody's always in such a good mood and they're so chill and it's just such an awesome like low-key place to hang out in Austin. The next place to visit if you're coming to Austin as a tourist is the South Congress Bat Bridge. And you might be asking, what is the Bat Bridge? Well, South Congress, it has a bridge over the lake, and underneath this bridge live like thousands, if not millions of little itty bitty Mexican fruit bats. And at night, not always, but at nighttime, as the sun is setting, a lot of times they'll come out and they'll like fly out in formation for the evening so they can go hunt the little bugs or whatever they eat. But it's really popular. People absolutely love it. It's so touristy, so touristy. And there's always tons of people standing along the bridge, kind of like starting close to sundown, depending on the time of year. I think it can be anywhere from like 6:30 to about 8 o'clock at night. So South Congress Bat Bridge, put that on your list. The next place to visit if you're looking for like a straight up touristy Austin experience is visiting West 6th Street at night. I am not a fan, which is why the face. It's okay. 6th Street used to be like the cool place to hang out up until a few years ago. But since then, there's been so many other developments around the Austin area that have really good nightlife, tons of entertainment, and like really cool bars. If you do end up going to 6th Street, I have to specify again, West 6th Street, not like 6th Street proper. It's actually gotten kind of like gross and dangerous in the last year and a half. So West 6th Street, they have a lot of fun bars there. There's a couple restaurants and just lots of stuff to do. It's also very walkable and it's super easy to get an Uber or a Lyft or taxi or whatever. So you can go back to your hotel or Airbnb or what have you. Another spot to visit is Zilker Park. Zilker Park is located right downtown. It is humongous. Zilker Park is huge and it's located just south of like downtown proper. So when you're standing in Zilker Park, you look north and you literally see the skyline. It's right there. It's super beautiful. You see people walking around with their dogs, going on runs, biking. You see people like hopping into the lake from Zilker Park. A lot of times we have events there. You might have heard of like our big music event, ACL, Austin City Limits. And that's generally where it happens. It's a huge piece of land. It's super popular. It's always packed. There's always people there doing all sorts of fun outdoor activities. Another place that I recommend, which is super close to my heart and so cute, is Cafe Mozart. It is just west of downtown off Lake Austin Boulevard. It's this really cute local coffee shop that is literally situated right on the lake. You can sit inside or outside, but pretty much all outdoor seating has views of the lake. It's super peaceful. It's really clean. All sorts of people go there. You've got students, professionals, families, and they have a pretty good menu as far as like drinks go and desserts and snacks and all sorts of stuff, like 10 stars, 5 stars, 10, I don't know, lots of stars for Cafe Mozart. You super duper have to go there. It's so cute. How you doing? You sticking with us? You good? I've got a really long list. Just Austin has so many cool things to do. I've got like 3 more spots that I want to tell you about. And before I do, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification button so that you get notified every time I do videos like this one. Okay, that's enough. Let me tell you about the next spot. So the next spot that I recommend is the Domain in North Austin. The Domain is basically this big outdoor shopping area. It's really set up like a village. It's a mixed use space. There are restaurants, there are bars, there are hotels, there's apartments, there's actually a movie theater at the Domain, and it's very welcoming, it's very clean, it's super safe there, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. And the Domain is largely responsible for a lot of the growth that has been going on the north side of Austin. That pocket is completely different and has a totally different flavor than anything you might see downtown or on the south side of Austin. Still highly recommended just so you have a point of reference and you understand like why the North Austin area is growing so much. So while we are in the north side of town, I also recommend going to Round Rock Donuts, which is located in Round Rock. Round Rock is a suburb of Austin, which is located just north of Austin. Depending what part of town you're coming from, it can be like a 25-minute drive, maybe 15-minute drive if you're a little bit further north in Austin. Round Rock Donuts is really, really popular, and it's actually made like top tourist spots to visit like in the country and all sorts of lists for many, many years. It's a cute little donut shop nestled right in downtown Round Rock, which is adorable, by the way. And they offer a huge variety of donuts. They do different like different flavors, of course, and then different size donuts. So they've got like the normal ones, and then they've got like the Texas size donuts, which are like literally this big. They're enormous. You have to go check it out. The last spot I recommend visiting in Austin is the Oasis restaurant. The reason the Oasis is so unique is because it is literally built, I would say, on a cliff. It's a 5-story restaurant. It's huge, and it overlooks Lake Travis. And not only does it have views of the lake, but it's also got views of like other green space and some other like mansions that are built into like the cliffs and like hills around it. It's the most popular spot in Austin to go see a sunset. It's so pretty and so elegant. The views they're really breathtaking. So that's it. Those are all the places that I have for you to visit in Austin if you're coming here for the first time as a tourist. I actually have a list of like 5 more. I could do a video about that later. I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment. Let me know. I'm Daphne Quay, your Boss Lady Realtor. If you are thinking of relocating to Austin or selling a home in Central Texas, make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, Instagram, DM, whatever works for you. I do videos like this all the time, so make sure to subscribe and click the notification button so you can stay updated. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time.